The way you look is the most important factor for success in your entire life, more important than money and personality. Without looks, it will be a lot harder to succeed, and women will not be interested in you. People also won't respect you, and you'll have to work 10 times harder to get the same results as someone attractive. But luckily you can fix it, and in this video I will give you the only guide you'll ever need to improve your looks and your height. And don't worry, this is not one of those grass is green videos. I will actually tell you some secrets that not many people know about and models use in order to maximize their looks. So if you actually want to look better, keep watching. First off is the structure of your face, and I will split it into two different categories: hard structure and soft structure. By hard structure, I mean your bone structure. Your bone structure determines a whole lot about your face, such as your forward growth, your cheekbones, and your eye shape. The hard structure is mostly genetic and a lot harder to change. But if you're still developing, you can do a lot to improve. Firstly, you need to start mewing. Mewing is the exercise where you put your tongue against the roof of your mouth. Now, if you're not used to it, you might feel a bit weird, but that just means you have to be conscious of it until it becomes a habit for you. In order to mew, keep good head posture. Tuck your chin slightly and make a hiss sound. You'll feel your tongue against the roof of your mouth. Now just keep it there, and make sure that the back of your tongue is firmly pressed against the palate. The back part of your tongue is even more important than the front. This will not only widen your palate, making you more attractive over time, but also keep you from mouth breathing. When you do this consistently, it will become a habit, and you won't even have to think of it anymore, because that will just be your new resting position. The second thing you can do is called thumb pulling. This method is a bit experimental and not something I advise you to do, but some people have reported good results with this method. Thumb pulling is when you put both thumbs in your mouth on each side of the palate and firmly pull outwards. And it's meant to do the same thing as a palate expander your dentist might put in your mouth. The point is to widen the palate. A narrow palate is often a sign of a weak jaw, and having a wide palate will make your face wider. If you want to do this, do proper research and ease your way into it slowly by perhaps only doing it twice a day for 90 seconds. You can increase the amount of times you do it, but if you feel any pain or discomfort, stop instantly. If your dentist recommends a palate expander, that is a safer option. The third and final thing is increasing growth hormone and testosterone. Literally nothing will help you improve your looks as much as maximizing growth hormone during your teens. It will make you taller, and it grows your bones. To do this, lift heavy weights and do not forget leg day, as it releases more growth hormone than any other form of training. Eat a lot of food, healthy and nutritious food, steak, eggs, fruits, milk, cheese, etc. Also make sure to sleep at least 8 hours every single day. You don't want to? Oh well, stay ugly and short then. Finally, do not forget to sprint, stay active, and try to keep a body fat percentage between 15 and 20%, as it's the optimal range for hormone function. Now onto the soft structure. First off is the UUDD method. This is an expression control exercise, and even though it doesn't actually change the orbital bones, it will improve your perceived eye shape. UUDD means up, up, down, down. All you do is raise your eyebrows, look up as much as you can, then lower your eyebrows and look forward. You will feel as if your brow ridge almost touches your eyes, and this will give you that hunter eye look. Doing this consistently will, as I said, not change your bone structure, but it will appear as if you do not have as much upper eyelid exposure. The second part of improving your soft structure is facial massages and exercises. I recommend using gua sha with a moisturizer every day. It doesn't change your bone structure, but it will make your face less puffy. A lot of these facial exercises that people make videos on are bullshit, but you really should do hyoid exercises. The hyoid muscles are underneath your chin, and if they're loose, you will kind of get this no chin, turkey neck kind of look. It completely ruins your side profile. To train your hyoid muscles, do chin tucks, neck curls, and keep good posture to balance out the neck muscles. If you have forward posture, you will most likely have loose hyoid muscles, so you must keep good posture at all times until it becomes a habit. Thirdly, you need to develop your masseter muscle, which is one of the muscles responsible for chewing. You can train this muscle by chewing hard foods, chewing a lot of hard gum like mastic gum for example, but make sure to massage and stretch your masseter muscle. And do not overdo it with these jawline balls and all that shit. You'll just end up getting TMJ, and your face might hurt, pop, and become lopsided. Now the final point of this soft structure category is getting proper electrolytes, specifically potassium. Most people consume way too much sodium, and not enough potassium, which gives them this very bloated and chubby kind of look, and it's usually the reason a lot of these skinny guys still have fat faces. Coconut water, bananas, potatoes, and even dried fruits, such as dates and raisins, are great sources of potassium, and you should implement them in your diet if you wanted to bloat your face. Next segment, skin. Good skin is a sign of good health, and it has a very big impact on your overall attractiveness. However, most modern-day moisturizers and skincare creams are all bullshit. Think of it, if they actually fixed your problems, you would stop buying them. Skincare is simple, but in order to sell as many products as possible, big companies put a bunch of chemicals in all of their products in order to make your skin dry as soon as you stop using them. And they definitely don't help against acne, as they just dry out your skin further. And to top it off, they're usually extremely overpriced. There is one product, however, that is taking the internet by storm, and don't worry, I'm not being paid to say this. Beef tallow. Beef tallow matches the natural oil of your skin, and it's only one ingredient, it's affordable and super easy to get a hold of. Not only will beef tallow keep your skin moisturized, I have personally noticed a lot less pimples and blackheads while using it. My skincare now is super simple. I just wash my face with cold water and put on a little bit of beef tallow in the morning and before bed. The third segment of looking as good as possible is coloration and contrast. This topic is very underrated, even though it does so much. Take a look at these two faces. One is attractive and the other one isn't, and the main reason is the contrast. Dark features make you appear more masculine, and they make your face a lot more striking. It also helps balance out the facial thirds. Look at this guy. His face is all the same color, which makes him look a lot less attractive. Dark eyebrows, eyelashes, and facial hair is ideal regardless of your hair color. I recommend castor oil to make your eyebrows thicker and darker, and you can even use eyebrow color. For facial hair, I recommend the same, but I would throw in minoxidil, as well as thicker hair makes it appear darker. Coloration is not only hair. Being very pale is also not ideal for attractiveness, as it makes imperfections a lot more visible and can even make you look sick. Get yourself a tan without getting sunburnt, and consider eating food rich in beta-carotene such as carrots to give yourself healthier looking skin. Let's move to the next subject, which is hair and beard. Having healthy hair and a hairstyle that fits your face shape can make or break your attractiveness, especially if you're just a regular guy. Some people can rock every hairstyle because of their bone structure, like Brad Pitt, but let's be honest, you're not Brad Pitt, and for a regular guy, hair is law. Your head shape dictates what hairstyle fits you. Look at all of these face shapes and decide which one is most accurate, or even use the face shape filter on TikTok to determine it. Now just search up hairstyles that fit your head shape. For example, if you have a square and very angular face, having hair which rounds of your face a bit like Brad Pitt in the movie Meet Joe Black is good. There's a bit more to it. If you have a terrible hairline for your age, you will not be able to rock certain hairstyles regardless of your face shape. In general, medium-length hairstyles with a bit of hairline coverage is considered the most attractive. A good example of such a haircut is the 1990s Pretty Boy side swept cut, and here are some more great ideas. If you have curly hair, I recommend hairstyles like these right here. And if you have coily hair, I would recommend these haircuts. If your hairline isn't that great, use minoxidil twice a day and perhaps finasteride if you can get a prescription for it. You might also want to consider using a microneedler and applying castor oil before you go to bed. But I would personally not use these all at the same time. Microneedling creates small holes for new hair follicles, and you don't want to get minoxidil in those holes according to what I've read. To get healthier and thicker hair, use shampoo a maximum of 2 to 3 times a week, and start using conditioner consistently along with a scalp massage to improve blood flow. Obviously, try to avoid conditioners and shampoos with a bunch of chemicals and parabens, and try to just keep it as natural as possible. Using things like castor oil can also help you a lot if you have a dry scalp. Rub it into your scalp after you've showered and dried your hair, and leave it in for a couple hours and then wash it again with water only. I think that covers the hair part. You should also consider growing a beard if you can, as it can help you cover up a weak or recessed jaw. Many women also consider beards more attractive than clean-shaven because it makes you look a lot more masculine. However, you should keep in mind that having a super long beard is also not ideal, and a patchy beard is even worse. Keep a short stubble if you can grow a full beard, and a goatee if you want facial hair but can't grow a beard yet. On to the next segment, and trust me, this one you're gonna want to stick around for. Frame and height. Most people say height is all genetics, but that's not actually true, and if you're below the age of 20, there are several things you can do to maximize your height potential. Take a look at basketball and football players. They're usually quite tall, and that's not just because they're genetically gifted. It's also because they train and eat in a particular way that maximizes your potential. The training part of the equation comes down to a thing known as Wolff's Law. Wolff's Law, developed by the German anatomist and surgeon Julius Wolff in the 19th century, states that bone in a healthy animal will adapt to the loads under which it is placed. And you might have noticed how the athletes in the sports I just named just so happen to do a lot of sprinting and plyometrics. This means that during their developing years, they put load and resistance on their bones, resulting in microfractures, which then results in the bones growing larger. This is also why you see a lot of farmers and people who do a lot of manual labor develop these big wrists and hands, etc., because their skeleton is adapting to the load they put on it. So, simply put, in order to maximize your growth potential, you need to create microfractures in your bones. You can do this by sprinting, jogging, playing basketball, plyometrics exercises such as box jumps, and more. This is also why the Maasai people are so extremely tall, popularly known for their Maasai jumps, which is a massive part of their culture. They are a small community, yet the tallest people on Earth, contrary to the popular belief that Dutch people are the tallest. And they are able to reach this height because of Wolff's Law. Just start jumping up and down in your house if you don't want to do it outside or in the gym. It's literally so simple you don't have an excuse not to. Remember to do dead hangs after Maasai jumps. Another thing that might help you maximize your height is diet. You should eat a lot of food, especially if you're still a teenager. A lot of people in their teens barely eat anything, and when they do, it's all just empty calories like candy and chips. Don't let this be you, and focus on protein. Eat between 6 and 10 eggs every single day, red meat as in steak, burgers or minced beef, fruits like these you can see on the screen, as well as dairy products like milk and cheese. Stretching might also help you grow, as it will decrease muscle imbalances and prevent tightness, making your body better adapted to grow. You can see a couple stretches I recommend on the screen. Now onto the frame category. Your frame will help you look more like a man and less like a little boy. Having a nice V-taper look to your body and low body fat with decent muscle mass is the ideal look in terms of the female gaze. And the best thing about your frame is that for the majority of people you can actually change it. Having a body like Ryan Reynolds, Alexander Skarsgård, Brad Pitt, or even Christian Bale is not only the most athletic and healthy, but also the most attractive according to women. To develop a good frame, get in a lean bulk by eating a couple hundred calories over maintenance, and make sure to eat high nutrient and protein-rich foods like the ones I mentioned before. Also put a lot of focus on your shoulders and back, as it will be the most important part of a good physique. I personally recommend calisthenics for building an aesthetic physique. Also, do not forget to train your neck. The difference a thick neck makes in terms of attractiveness is crazy. It makes you look a lot more masculine and makes your face appear wider. Try doing some neck curls, but make sure to do it safely, without weights at first, and do not go until failure. I know all of this is a lot, and obviously you do not have to do everything in this video if you don't really care that much. But if you are serious about your looks, perhaps you're not the best looking guy and struggle with confidence issues because of it, this video will help you. Even if you do not use all of these methods and products, simply doing some of them will massively improve your looks. Now, do not lose hope. And do not listen to the people that say looking good is 100% genetic. As someone who was able to glow up from these methods, I can tell you that it works. Like and subscribe for more content like this.